What invention has most negatively impacted society? Leaded petrol is estimated to have lowered the IQ of everyone born in the 60s and 70s by around 6%. That's my excuse anyway. What's yours? The guy that lead development of leaded petrol was also a pioneer of CFCs that damaged the ozone layer. He died when one of his inventions strangled him in his bed. True story. Lol, I went to that wiki link and was amazed by this passage. In 1940, at the age of 51, Midley contracted polio and was left severely disabled. He devised an elaborate system of ropes and pulleys to lift himself out of bed. On November 2, 1944, at the age of 55, he was found dead at his home in Worthington, Ohio. He had been killed by his own device after he became entangled in it and died of strangulation. The honor for global destruction is not his alone. Charles P. Kettering's discovery of tetraethyl lead in 1921, which was added later to gasoline because of its anti-knock effect for engine noise. Kettering's discovery and GM's push to use tetraethyl lead spread the destruction across the globe. It's not about engine noise. Engine knock is bad for your engine. A knocking engine will destroy itself. To be clear, though, the negative effects of lead were very well known at the time, and there were other additives for gasoline to prevent engine knock, but TEL happened to be the cheapest. Money always wins. Money always wins over human life and Mother Earth. Money did win, but not for that exact reason. It wasn't the cheapest. Alcohol was and is the cheapest anti-knock additive, which is what we use now. And Midgley himself discovered that it had this effect in 1916, but its cheapness was actually the problem. The process for making alcohol couldn't be patented, so they couldn't extract a huge profit by controlling the supply of anti-knock agent and capturing the market. Tetraethyl lead, slyly marketed as just ethyl to deliberately downplay the fact that it was a lead compound, was sold as an additive instead, despite its hellish toxicity, because its manufacture was a proprietary process. IIRC. The other reason TEL was used was because it apparently enabled engines to be built without having to harden the exhaust valve seats. This was and is required for engines that use unleaded petrol. A really insidious corollary of this is that, by enabling auto manufacturers to skip out on hardening their engine valve seats, this made it unviable for anyone else to do the right thing and simply offer a safe ethanol petrol mix for anti-knocking in most vehicles, because the unhardened valve seats would be rapidly worn away. Another nasty side effect was that it also made the widespread use of catalytic converters basically impossible on most private vehicles until it was phased out, because the lead residue fouls them up. It took a ban on leaded petrol to force manufacturers to finally make their engines capable of taking unleaded petrol again. The thing that has the most negative long-term impact on society is probably going to be something affecting us right now that we have yet to experience the full ramifications of. My bet is on the widespread presence of plastic in literally everything. Oh, the thing that increases risk of sterilization and cancer? The thing that just breaks down into smaller pieces, never truly breaking all the way down. That thing that's inside of every living creature and plant at this point? Yeah, I think this is the true winner. Increased risk of sterilization and cancer for every single living organism on the planet is probably not a good thing. Some friends are doing microplastics research and how it gets from the environment into some of their target species. It's in the water, in the air, in the bugs. They're in the organs of the species that eat those bugs and drink the water. They had to swap labs to a higher biosecurity because the microplastics from the air filters were showing up in the samples. It's truly incredible. It's everywhere. The effects on the targets were beyond the scope of their study, and honestly, what's the point? You literally cannot escape it. It's intermeshed inside our cells and never goes away. As a blind person, I fully agree. Linked to an article, pop-ups. And even better, pop-ups that my e-reader can't navigate because it's literally a JPEG or GIF of words instead of text. Interesting. I never thought about how that would affect people that rely on text-based navigation. Most people, including site developers, don't ever think about that, hence all the companies that have completely unnavigable sites. I keep having it out with my natural gas company because they try to force a surcharge on me for paying by phone rather than their website. Their site is all JPEGs of words. So charging me extra goes against the ADA, unless they want to put up a HTML site for their blind customers. That sucks. Yeah, most people don't think about things that don't affect them, and even if they do think about it, The cost of adding additional features would be too overwhelming for most companies to make a profit. Yep, you hit the nail on the head. And honestly, I get it. I was sighted for 38 years and only woke up blind 20-ish months ago. I only considered the needs of a blind person when I actively had a blind person as a patient. And I don't mind paying by phone, don't get me wrong. But I do absolutely fucking mind being charged an extra $4 because the company has no other usable method for me to pay my bill. Adding lead to gasoline, adding lead to house paint, using lead pipes. I know that lead is a fundamental element, but exposure to lead in our environment causes cancer and brain damage. At least we're not eating it anymore like the Romans used to. My sister used to eat peeling lead paint off the walls in the early 70s. Her life has pretty much been crisis of the week and one basket case problem after another from around 1980 to present. She couldn't make a good decision if you made it for her. I'm not joking. I want to feel sorry for her. I used to. But she's also a malicious, jealous person, and at about 40 years old, I gave up on kindness and went no contact. In the movie Tommy Boy, there was a joke where a guy asked Tommy if he ate a lot of paint chips as a kid. I thought that was just an outlandish throwaway line. You're saying, people actually eating chipping paint is a real thing? Did she ever explain why she did that? Lead tastes sweet. Attractive to kids as paint chips, attractive to the Romans as wine sweeteners. Add to the other answers of lead tastes sweet. So does antifreeze. That's one of the reasons you need to be so careful storing it. Animals and children will happily drink it if they get a taste. Most modern stuff you'd buy in a jug has additives that make it taste bad, but not all. Lead has always been part of life. Lead was in makeup and tableware, and they also used to use the poisonous nightshade to make women more attractive with flushed cheeks and dilated eyes. They made baby bottle nipples and teething rings out of solid lead back in the early 1900s. Source, New Orleans Pharmacy Museum display. And not to forget asbestos. Can we have a generation that wasn't fucked by irresponsible chemical distribution? At least lead in gasoline was banned in the US, starting in 1975. Please like and subscribe for more daily content. I upload videos daily. You are also welcome to check out some of my other videos. Thanks for watching.